Pumpkin baby. Okay, we're on. Let me do the privacy. Public. Alright, now I'm going to share. I can't share to your wall. You don't allow it. So you'll have to do all that. Okay? Because this is a show. We're live.
Right, okay.
Alright? So watch. See? Marco's watching already. Ava's Marco. Hey everybody out there. We're going to be starting in a couple minutes when these big butts move out of the way. That's good though. I don't mind. The crumbs are good, baby. The crumbs are good. I wrote your poem. This is for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you remember what Ava called this?
No.
All right. So Ava messaged me and said it is called Is it delish? Delish.
Yeah, sweet potatoes and Yukon potatoes.
All right. You have to remember this. It's called Bird's Nest.
Bird's nest.
Bird's Nest. You can remember that.
Yeah, bird's nest.
Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
There we go. We were laughing. I called her up. I said, we're all cracking up over here. Chinese noodles and chocolate is delicious. So, everybody out there. Okay. We're going to be starting in 1 minute, guys. Exciting, exciting. Hey, Pablo, baby. Mary. Got a lot of people already watching. Hey, guys. All right, Gino, I guess we could start now. Okay, guys, chew quietly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jerry Petito Show on Hamiltonradio.net. So, I am super excited about my guest tonight because we have so much in common. Introduce yourself. We'll start there.
Hello, I'm Chef David Silverman.
I wrote a really cool poem for him, so I'm going to read the poem first, and then you guys get a little idea of his character, okay? And trust me, he's a character. Okay. Chef David, everyone loves a really good meal. When your tummy is full, really good we feel. Our food is amazing, you just need a taste. After one bite, not a crumb will you waste. Cooking comes natural, not quite sure why. Food's like our drug, to cook makes us high. The adrenaline we feel when preparing our food, we just love to feed you 'cause not eating is rude. A vegan chef is who I am. Cooking meat ain't my thing. My fried green tomatoes and pumpkin pies are made to feed a king. I also brought us some goodies. I'm not one for bragging a lot. I wonder whose food will taste better. I wonder what Chef David's got. Culinary Chef David is here on my show tonight. He's even brought us a tasting. I can't wait to take a bite. Vegetarian shepherd pie Chef David brought today. I gotta say, one of my faves. I hope the leftovers stay. Chef David cooks it all, from seafood to chicken and more. I bet when he's in the kitchen, there are people lined up at the door. I grew up in a kitchen. Italians, that's what we do. Chef David really shocked me. He's a chef and also a Jew. Your mom was a terrible cook, even ruined sauce from a jar. No wonder you are a chef. Living on snacks won't get you far. Your favorite food is ice cream. Banana to you is the best. Your parents had to ration it. If not, you would eat all the rest. You even cooked for your brother, late nights for even his friends. Being a hippie and toking a lot, munchies back then were the trends. He even took home ec, and trust me, this guy is straight. He wanted to hang out with the girls, just trying to get a date. Cleaning in home ec was really fun for you. The girls did all the work, let you sit and eat ice cream too. You owned a restaurant named Jasper's, and the menu featured American food. And now you're a personal chef, David's culinary delights for your mood. Regardless of the food that you like to eat, between us two chefs, our food can't be beat. This is for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, we're going to take a tasting in front of everybody out there, okay? So,
Okay.
you're going to taste my fried green tomato first. There's a knife there for you. I'm going to taste your shepherd's pie first,
Okay.
okay? Because I don't want to ruin the taste of yours. I know what mine tastes like.
Okay.
Take some water here. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. Mmm. This is delicious. So, all right. Let's talk about your shepherd's pie. So, what's in this? Do you have any secrets that you don't want to tell? You don't have to tell the secrets.
There are no secrets.
Okay.
The only secret to the food is the love I put into it.
Okay.
So, onions, garlic, scallions, mushrooms, lentils. Actually, there's oatmeal in there.
Wow.
Yellow squash, carrots, broccoli, zucchini,
Okay.
and then the potatoes on top. It's mashed sweet potatoes and Yukon Yukon Gold potatoes.
Delicious. Absolutely
Thank you.
delicious. I've made shepherd's pie vegetarian, but I used the ground rounds,
Hmm.
you know, like the soy-based
Yeah.
meat. This is really good. All right. So now, did you taste my...
I did.
What do you think?
The fried green tomatoes is very good.
Okay. So, my fried green tomatoes are really baked. Okay, I don't fry them. Let's see how they came out today. Delicious. So, you have to turn your phone off. Sorry. In 2010, Jeff Edelstein from the Trentonian, he does a article called The Dish, and he featured me in it with this dish. He came to my home and he said he broke his own rule because I called him, and he said, "It sounds interesting, I'm coming over," and we did it. I went to the Natural Gourmet Institute in New York. Where did you go to?
The Culinary Institute of America.
Okay. So what's interesting about the differences between me and Chef David is I'm a vegan chef and he cooks everything. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you cook lobster?
Yes.
So you don't have a problem with that?
No.
I had to ask. Listen, I had to ask because I have a problem with that. But anyway, so even though I went to a vegan cooking school in New York, one day or 1 week, we were told they were going to cook certain things, and if we weren't okay with it, we didn't have to be there. So I opted out for that week. So
Okay.
even there, they taught some things, you know, and that's fine.
Right.
You know, I opted out for it. So, okay. So taste the mushroom. Let's see what that's like today.
All right.
Let's see, baby. What do you think?
That's good.
Okay. That actually has the veggie grounds in it.
Okay.
That one. So this is delicious. I mean, I just love it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. What do you think today with yours?
Mhm.
Like it?
Yeah.
Okay. So good. So now, let's taste the pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Let's do
I
it.
love pumpkin pie.
And then I'll tell you how I made this. Yummy, yummy today.
Hmm. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
So, this pumpkin pie is made from real organic pumpkins
Mm-hmm.
from an organic farm in Robbinsville.
Nice.
I don't use sugar. I use local honey instead.
Okay.
And I have one secret ingredient, and I'll share it.
Okay.
I put a ton of vanilla in it.
All right.
That's my secret.
That's the
And
secret.
it's all organic. The crust is organic, whole grain, so it's all good. So now let's taste what Ava sent with you.
Okay.
All right? Let's see what we got here. Can you guys see this? This is a little crazy. That's really delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So what did she call it?
Bird's nest
Bird's nest. So it's Chinese noodles and chocolate?
and chocolate. Yeah.
Well, the screen, okay. When Ava texted me and told me what she was sending, I cracked up laughing. I was like, Chinese noodles and chocolate? This is delicious. Thank you, Ava Holly. Very good. So we can talk and we can eat, okay?
Okay.
So tell everybody out there what you do, why you're here, what we want to promote about you. Obviously, you're an amazing chef.
Thank you.
So tell me what you do and what's happening in your life. Well, I'm eating, and then I'll talk and you can eat, I guess.
Okay. Well,
So good.
I have a business. It's a personal chef catering business. So basically what I do is I do private parties. I do in-house catering and weekly meals. And I help my clients develop menus according to their likes, their dislikes, their tastes, any allergy or dietary restrictions that they may have. And then I purchase the food and I come to the house and I prepare everything fresh for them in their house.
Okay.
And if it's a party, then I serve them, and then I clean up and I leave.
Okay.
If it's weekly meals, I'll prepare a week's worth of meals from the menu that we developed. I'll package them into containers, and label them, put them in the refrigerator, and then they're set for a week.
Okay. So, when I was in Robbinsville, I had a amazing 36-foot kitchen, and I was doing similar things that you were just talking about. So now I downsized, so I don't really do that anymore. But now I'm a nutritional health coach.
Okay.
So I do help people with their diet for health reasons, you know. So that's why I stick to the vegan, the organic, and all that. But tell me one of the most interesting jobs you've had doing this, and then I'll tell you one that I had.
Most interesting
Yes.
jobs. Wow. Well, I did have, I was doing a party last year on LBI,
Oh,
and I didn't find out until there was one of the guests arrived late, and it just so happened that he had just landed an airplane on a highway in New York, and then he came down to the party.
that's pretty cool.
So that was a little interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When I first graduated the cooking school, which I didn't know when I signed up for this, but Walter Matthau, you know him, right? Walter Matthau. His daughter Jenny was one of the owners.
Oh wow.
But we didn't know that. It's not something they tell everybody. And at the
Okay.
end, she's our nutritional coach for the last month of school.
Nice.
And I get a call a couple months after I graduated from there from one of the co-owners or teachers there at the time who said Jenny Matthau recommended me to one of her closest friends to do this amazing cocktail party in New York in a penthouse. It was
Wow.
amazing. So um,
Excuse me.
that was a beautiful job for me to cook for and
Mhm.
prepare for. They came out for a tasting. It was really great. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
That's great.
Yeah. So where are you located?
I'm located in Brick, New Jersey,
Okay.
and I do work all over the state. So I travel up north, I travel down south, and I travel west. Not too much east, but
Okay. Would you go to New York?
you know what? I don't go into New York.
Why?
Um, well, probably because I'm really not a big fan of going into the big cities.
Okay.
And then the other thing too is after all the travel and so forth, they can probably find somebody else that's closer to them that can do the same thing.
Yeah, but I did it in New York.
Did you?
Yeah, because I mean that's where this party was.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if someone offered you an amazing job at
Mhm.
a penthouse in Manhattan, you wouldn't take it.
Well, I'm not going to say I wouldn't take it.
All
No.
right. It would have to
If
be.
it was an amazing job in
It
a
would have to be
penthouse in New
extraordinary.
York, then I would definitely
Okay.
think about doing it. Think hard.
Think hard.
Yeah.
So, how do you know Ava?
How do I know Ava?
Yes.
I network with Ava down in the
Okay.
South Jersey networking group.
Okay. This is so good. Oh my goodness. So I was just on her show for the second time. Ava Holly. She's amazing. Casual chat, right? Her corner, her casual corner, her chat corner.
Mhm, yeah.
We did it twice.
Nice.
She's been here a lot. And she told me that I had to meet you. She said you're an amazing chef, great personality, great sense of humor, and I had to meet you. So when we spoke and I got some of
Mhm.
those facts from you,
Right.
I cracked up. Okay? So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So a Jewish chef,
Yeah.
okay, and you went to home ec.
In high school,
I
yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
know. And you were the only guy, I'm sure? Or the only straight guy?
Yeah. Actually, I might have been the only guy. Yeah.
So what really made you say, I want to do this?
What? Do this? What I'm doing
Yes.
now? I don't know. I love doing it. I've worked in the business for most of my adult life, and I decided that I would rather work for myself than work for other people.
No. But I mean, what
What?
made you really, truly want to become a chef? Like when you were younger. Seriously, I'm being serious about
what,
this.
what I
You know,
to
because
become a chef?
yeah, because that's a little odd for me to think that. You know, I don't know. I mean,
Why is it odd?
All
You're
right.
a chef.
no, but here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Our age group. I'm not talking about the younger people today. It's a whole different thing. Our age group. Okay, there weren't any men in home ec.
Okay.
But you liked cooking, or didn't you like cooking at the time?
No, I like to cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like
Alright.
to cook. I like to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we all like to eat. Did your mom being a terrible cook inspire you? Did you grow up saying, I really want to learn how to cook really good meals?
No, not really.
Okay.
I kind of just fell into it, I guess, a little bit. I mean, I started cooking for myself when I was very young in elementary school because I'm very picky, and I used to.
You what?
I probably still am, yeah.
That's odd for
Ask
chefs.
some of my friends.
Yeah, that's odd for
and
chefs as
family.
well.
I'm
Okay.
very picky, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I used to change my mind on what I wanted to eat when I went to elementary school. So my mom kind of got fed up, and we decided that I can come home and make my own lunches.
So, okay, so normally chefs are not very picky eaters. All right, so tell me what your favorite foods are and tell me the ones you despise.
Well, you already mentioned one of my favorite foods in your poem.
No, that's ice cream.
Yeah,
A real food.
That's food.
Name a real food. Banana ice cream.
Yeah.
Name a real food.
Steaks. I like steaks.
Okay.
Yeah, New York strip steaks.
Okay.
My favorite. I like ribeyes. So I'm a big steak fan.
Okay, what kind of food do you despise? What makes you a picky eater?
What makes me picky is that there's a lot of things I don't like to eat. There's lots of vegetables that I really didn't like. I mean, I can eat them now, but when I was a kid, I wouldn't eat them.
Okay.
I used to pick out, pick out the peas out of fried rice and
You were
stuff
one
like
of
that. I
those.
was one of those. Yeah, I had a little pile on the side of the plate. Yeah, I'm one of those. Take the tomatoes off the hoagies and stuff like that. Take the onions out of the sauce.
Out of the sauce.
Yeah, like my mother used to make
Yeah,
sauce.
sure.
She used to julienne the onions.
In
So
jarred sauce.
Yeah, in the jarred sauce, right. So there was big pieces of onions. I didn't like the onions, so I used to pick out the onions. Now, if she would have cut them up, diced them up nice, I probably would have just eaten them because I, wouldn't have seen them. But since I saw these big pieces of onions, I used to just pick them out.
All right. So, but when onions are in sauce, they really take on the taste of the sauce. So is it just something mental with you that you didn't like the way the onions looked or the peas?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I still don't like peas. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Onions are fine. In fact, I like onions now.
Okay. Just not
So,
peas.
I don't like peas. Yeah.
Okay. So, so what's really interesting about this chef here, right? To me, anyway, is that we're kind of the same age. So, back then when I was in school, there weren't any men in home ec really. So when I found that out about him, I thought, well, this is kind of funny, and we can, use this on the show. The other thing is this. I got in touch with a friend of mine who is a gay chef, all right? And we had a little conversation about you, all right? And I said...
Did he take up home ec too in school?
He was a year younger than me, and he took home ec. But I
Okay.
he wasn't in my class. I had no boys in mine. So what's funny is he was cracking up laughing, and he said that you were probably one of the smartest straight guys he knows to take home ec, to hang out with all the girls. He says none of the guys back then were smart enough to do it. And I cracked up, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. So have a little more. This is so good. I can't believe we're actually eating dinner on the set. I love this. I haven't been able to do this. I feel like Brecco. The round table, guys. This is really the round table. I'm in charge tonight. Okay, Brecco's little food segment here. Okay, but my food is veggie food. Really good food. Yum. Right, Gino? Yep. All right, so you guys back there tasted all the food, right? Okay. All right, so I want everybody's opinion. Be honest.
Let me give you my opinion. I'm Doc G, the owner of Hamiltonradio, and I got to say everything was delicious. Even if you are a meat eater, this food is just amazing. If we could eat like this every day, I wouldn't need meat at all. So it's really good, really good. Everything was good.
Okay, what did you guys like best?
This is Monk, also one of the owners of Hamilton Radio.
Hey, baby.
And I just want to say that the food is delicioso. How you say mafioso? Delicioso.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Especially the chocolate things.
I know. Is that funny?
Because we thought it was going to be.
We were laughing at it.
We were laughing, and it turned out to be really good. And I like the stuffed mushrooms too.
Chocolate lo mein.
Okay, you gonna give us the ingredients?
Okay, so I can't give you the... Wait, let's hear what Danny... I will, with what we can, yes. Danny, tell us what you thought now.
So I'm the daughter of Hamilton Radio.
There you go. DJ Danny, her show.
I'm the daughter of the owner. Well, one of the owners.
Yep.
I honestly loved everything.
Okay.
Everything was amazing. The only thing was, just for my taste, was I've never really had a green fried tomato, and it's nothing against you. I had a little bit, but I gave it to John because I was like, I don't know what I'm tasting here, and it was like weird. I love the shepherd's pie, and the portobello is amazing. The chocolate Asian bird
Is that
nest
funny
thing,
or what?
I thought it was supposed to be lo mein. I was scared.
Okay.
Everything was delicious, and me being a vegetarian right now for 7 months, if I can eat this every day, I would be filled, and I would just be eating this. And I love sweet potatoes, so that's the best part with the Yukon potatoes and the sweet potato.
Delicious, right?
Amazing.
I got to add to the pumpkin pie was amazing.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
amazing too.
So I'll give you guys the recipes to what I just made. As far as this amazing chocolate noodle thing from Ava.
That's a tough recipe.
It isn't. Do you know what it is? Do you know
The
how she
recipe?
made it?
Yeah.
Tell everyone.
It's the noodles and chocolate.
Oh, you're being
That's it.
funny. But
No,
what,
that's it. That's
no,
what she
but
told
what
me.
noodles? I'm really confused. What kind of noodles?
Is it the noodles they use for like wonton soup?
Yeah.
But they're thinner.
It's like the little, like you buy little,
Yeah, they
you
look
know,
like they're
the little
pretzels.
Chinese noodles in a can in the grocery store.
That are wet, soggy?
No, they're dry.
Jerry.
They're really not noodles, though, right?
I think they're pretzels with chocolate.
They're like, I know what they are now. Okay, I wouldn't call them a noodle, though. I guess they are.
Well, they're shaped like
Yeah,
a noodle.
yeah. Okay, now I know, because we were thinking noodles, right? Okay.
I was thinking lo mein.
Okay, yeah. All right, so that makes much more sense. Delicious.
Yeah.
So, okay, my stuffed mushrooms. Here's a recipe for that, guys. I used veggie ground rounds. I used chopped up garlic, peppers and onions. I sauteed them first, chopped them up in a food processor, threw that in with it. Sea salt. Oh, and some rice. There was some brown rice, a little bit of that. And then I added a little bit of my green tomato sauce. Okay, and then they were baked. Portobello mushrooms. All right. As far as my fried greens, okay, I'm only going to tell you a little bit. I have a secret ingredient that I cannot disclose, okay? So my fried green tomatoes are organic tomatoes, green tomatoes from a farm in Robbinsville, Windsor. You take them, and I don't use eggs or anything with these, and I just take them damp, and I put them in. I make my own breadcrumbs for these as well. Everything's organic, everything's whole grain, Ezekiel bread. Dry it out, put it in my food processor. So it's a really huge ordeal. I make them for the year, and then I freeze them, and I have them. I usually make about 200 tomatoes a pop. And then, of course, garlic, salt, pepper, onions. All right, I'm going to tell you the secret, because guess what? I have to, right? It's dried mustard. That's my secret. And a little bit of olive oil, and I bake them. I do not fry them. I bake them. So that's them. And then I freeze them. I put them on in trays with, paper.
White paper?
No,
Parchment?
but organic brown parchment paper. And I put them in layers, and then I freeze it, and then I have them. The sauce is already prepared as well, and that's in bowls. And that's made with green tomatoes, semi-red tomatoes, no full red tomatoes, and peppers and onions and garlic and all that good stuff. And then I also put that in batches. So that's how I make that. But when I serve it, like he has it Parmesan, I put a piece of mozzarella on it and then bake it like that. So that's that. The pumpkin pies are as healthy as you can get for a dessert. There's nothing bad in them. Like I said, everything again is organic, and I don't use sugar. I use local honey. Bob's Bees in Bordentown. I've been getting my honey from him for 20 years. More probably. Over 20 years. So that's what I do. So the majority of everything that I cook is organic, is vegetarian to vegan. I will cook meat for people. It's not like I'll never cook meat. I will never cook veal. Never did, even when I was a meat eater. And I'd never cook shellfish. But other than that, I would make fish for people, usually salmon, and chicken. You know, I would make some beef, but that's about it. So, and I can see that you can do vegetarian, so you do it all.
I can, yes.
Yeah. So tell me about one of your favorite dishes that we could give a recipe out to someone that's easy for them, that's, you know, something that they would say, wow, I can make, like a chicken dish, for instance. What's one of your favorite chicken dishes you make?
Actually, chicken marsala is actually very popular. People like it a lot. So,
Tell them how to make it.
I make chicken marsala. Well, you take your chicken and you, I slice them down. So if you have your breast, you slice them on an angle, about 1/4 of an inch thick, and then you season flour, salt and pepper in your flour. You dredge it in flour. You heat your pan to medium heat. You add your oil to it. You shake off the flour. Place it in the oil. You don't need to let it brown at all, but
Okay.
you know you can brown it. And you flip them over, and then when you flip them over, you add mushrooms, sliced mushrooms, and then you let that cook. You season that with salt and pepper, and then you'll deglaze with some Marsala sauce, and then you let that cook down. Add some chicken stock, and then you'll thicken that up with a little bit of flour and butter, and you let it cook until it's done. You season it with salt and pepper, some parsley in the end,
And it's
All
all
set.
one pan.
you cook it all in the same
See,
pan.
that's what people need, you know?
Yeah, and just be careful you don't boil it. You don't want to boil it. When you add your stock, you just you can bring it up to a boil, and then you have to turn it down to a simmer. That's important because your chicken will get tough if you boil it. So
Do you ever
keep it down to
pound your
simmer.
chicken?
Yeah, if I'm making chicken cutlets,
Okay.
I'll pound the chicken.
Okay.
But otherwise, you really don't need
No?
to. You can still keep it tender without pounding
Okay.
it.
I mean, I guess I had that. I was like brainwashed, you know, by my mom, so I pound it no matter what.
Right.
Yeah. But you don't think you have to then?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's not necessary.
So I'll tell everybody out there a really great salmon dish that I make. It's probably one of the best salmon dishes I've ever tasted. Someone told me about this, and I changed one thing with it. Okay, so what you do is, I get my salmon if I'm gonna make it for people. I go to Whole Foods because that's like really as clean as you could get.
Mhm.
You know, it's horrible, but seafood is seafood. A lot of it, you know, but that's really the cleanest you could get at this point anyway. So I go there, and you want to get a piece of it. You don't want to just get it cut up already. You want to get the whole, right? And make sure there's skin on the bottom. That's important. So put a little tiny bit of olive oil on the bottom of a pan and set it down. This is so easy, guys. You take Dijon mustard, and you smear the whole entire thing with Dijon mustard, and then I put in my food processor pistachios. All right, crumble them up really good, put them on top, a tiny little bit of sea salt, olive oil on top, and I bake it. And it's so delicious, it's ridiculous. It's so easy and simple to make. And here's how you can tell. Do you know how to tell everybody about when to tell if salmon is cooked? Do you know the rule of thumb with that, with the thermometer?
No, I probably don't.
All right, because this is really
I
cool.
don't-
This is really cool. I learned this from this cooking school, and they've been right on. Every time I make it, it's unbelievable. I never knew this.
Go
So
ahead.
when you bake your salmon, what you want to look at is the red coming down, okay? So as it's cooking, you'll see it changing color.
Mhm.
And on the bottom, it'll change color. It'll come up. When you see a line in the center, it's like a thermometer. It's perfect.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's something that I go by that, you know? I mean, and it's so, when I tell you it comes out perfect, it comes out perfect. So try that recipe. And if you guys try that recipe, let me know, okay? Because I really would like to know if anybody out there did. So let's talk about liver. Do you ever
Liver?
make that?
I do, but not too often. I mean,
Yeah.
most
Do you
of my
eat
clients-
it?
I'll eat liver, yeah.
So you're a picky eater,
Yeah.
but you will eat liver.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, you see, the thing is that a lot of people don't cook liver properly,
Okay.
and that's why they don't like it, because it's like shoe leather.
And you really believe that's why people don't eat it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I won't taste it because it's an organ.
Okay.
But here you are, a picky eater, but
Yeah.
you'll eat that.
Yeah. If it's done right, yeah.
Okay.
You want to know?
I want to know, yes.
You bread the liver. Bread it. And then fry it. And just don't cook it all the way. Cook it about medium.
Okay. Tell them. I won't do it, but they might.
Okay. So bread the liver, right? Standard bread procedure: the flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. And I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in the eggs, and a little bit of mustard. See, mustard.
Okay, mustard.
Right. And then just fry it. Fry it until it's golden brown on one side. Turn it over. It's golden brown on the other side. You're done. You want to saute some onions, caramelize some onions, put that on top too. It's good.
So you're telling me that tastes better than peas?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
No, guys, it does not taste better than peas. That's really funny to me.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. So what else? What else can we talk about in the chef world? Oh, what chefs? Have you ever met any famous chefs?
Um, I have no,
No?
I haven't. No.
I
No
met Bobby
famous.
Flay.
Did you?
I did.
Nice.
That was cool.
Yeah. Did you work side by side?
No, I never worked with him. I just met him.
Okay.
Yeah. I told them this story a few minutes ago. I'll tell you the story because it's kind of funny. I was in a restaurant in a casino where he now has a restaurant,
Mhm.
but it wasn't his restaurant yet. I'm sitting there with my back to the door, true story, talking to family members, and I said, I have to call the Bobby Flay show. I want to get in touch with them because they did this thing with Caribbean rice, and they had it served in these coconut shells.
Mhm.
And I said, the coconut shells looked like they were cut beautifully, and I want to know how they did that. My husband at the time says, why don't you ask him? He just walked in. I turn around, he walked in. Do you believe that? So my husband runs over to him, and he's telling him, and Bobby Flay goes like this to me. I come over, and I go, oh, my gosh. I said, this is crazy. I just mentioned your name, you know? And I said, well, how did you cut the coconut shells? I said, they look perfect. He said, no, it's just TV. He said, they made them look that way. He said, the same way you would with, you know, a hammer. And I was like, So I got to meet him.
Now you're disappointed, right?
Okay, I was very disappointed. I was like, oh, they're going to show me this beautiful way to cut these shells, you know? No.
Some secret.
Okay?
Yeah.
No. So, let's see. I met a couple other chefs. I never met Emerald. I would love to meet him. Yeah. I forget who the two chefs were I met. I met them, but it was a long time ago when they, and I don't even know if they're still out there doing anything. So, all right. So, where's your business at? Like, is it only from your home now? It's not that you have a restaurant anymore. None of that, right?
Correct. No,
So
no
it's just from
restaurant.
your-
So I travel. My business is traveling.
Okay.
So my place of business is actually my client's home.
Oh, okay. So you don't really prepare anything in your home?
No,
Oh, so you go there and do everything?
I do everything there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you have the same clients every week?
I have some regular clients, but then when I'm doing private parties
Okay.
and stuff like that, I do a lot of dinners for people that are vacationing in the summertime in the different towns along the shore. And different people are having barbecues and so forth, so I'll go there and I'll barbecue, and and when I barbecue, I make all my own sauce, I make all my own rubs.
So tell me how you would make marinade sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Okay, I have to speak English, right? Marinara.
Marinara sauce.
I don't even know how to say that word. It's marinade. All right, marinara.
Well, I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly because I didn't want to
Say it. How do you say it?
Marinara.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, how do you ruin that? Tell us how you make it. I'm being funny. Come on.
Or you take your whole plum tomatoes.
Okay.
Right? And you can mash them up to the consistency that you want in your sauce. So you can puree it all the way so that you're going to have a nice smooth sauce. You can, chop it up so that you're going to have chunks in the sauce, however you like to do it. Put it in a pot, add salt and pepper, and then you got to let it cook.
And that's it?
No. that's
Okay,
not it.
because I need more. Come on.
So you let that cook, and probably when it's about a half an hour till it's done, you'll take some onions and some garlic. You dice them up, not too fine, but small enough so that you can not see them so much. Saute those, and then add it to the sauce, and let that cook for the next half an hour or so. And add season again with salt and pepper. Add some fresh basil, and that's pretty much it.
So,
It's really very simple.
did you
Most
learn?
Italian food is simple.
But wait, did you learn that in cooking school, or is that your own thing? Well, I'll tell you, people ask me stuff like that all the time.
I don't remember where I've learned things. I've learned things from so many different places, and it's progressed and it's moved and it's changed. That
Okay.
I honestly sometimes have no idea where I learned things or how
Okay.
how I got to things. But
All right. Because Italians make fun of everyone else's sauce.
right,
All right? You know that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, is it sauce or is it gravy?
It's gravy.
What makes it gravy?
Listen,
And what makes the sauce?
okay. So you say sauce, I say gravy. You say marinara.
Right, you say marinara.
I say marinade, the
Okay.
real way.
Yeah, like manicotti.
Okay,
right?
yeah. Well, what do you say?
Well, I say it English.
Manicotti.
Manicotti,
Oh,
yeah.
come on. All right, listen. So,
My grandmother used to say it with an accent. She used to call it manicotti.
manicotti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my grandmother. I don't have the accent. I can't do it.
But listen, all right, so this is the thing. Italian children are beat with a wooden spoon. We must say these things this way.
Right.
All right? Can you imagine? I mean, imagine me saying to my nonna, manicotti. She would pull my hair and
She'd
sit
hit you
me
with the wooden
down and
spoon.
hit me with the wooden spoon. Okay? That's so funny. So here's how a real Italian makes sauce.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So first of all, we jar it for the year.
So
Well-
you take it out of a jar, the sauce?
No, we make our own, baby. So we buy the plum tomatoes from local farms, bushels and bushels and bushels and bushels. My dad, my uncle, we did this our whole lives. And they would bring it, and we had the giant pots, okay?
Mhm.
And I mean giant pots, all right? Like this. So they would boil the tomatoes down, and then they would put them through the food processor. So we would have two kinds. We would have the gravy, which is no chunks, and that would go in jars, mason jars. Okay, hundreds of mason jars. So that would be for the year. And then we would have the marinade that has the chunks. So we wouldn't put that through the food processor. So that kept the skins and all that. That was my favorite. And then that would go in jars. All right, so then
So that was it. You just
that was
boiled
it.
tomatoes. That's
And
it.
that was it for the year. So now they're jarred. So now when we make sauce on a Sunday, we take our fresh jars and we do it a little different. We saute in the bottoms of every pot with olive oil. We saute the garlic and the onions. I started incorporating some red bell pepper or even yellow bell pepper because the yellow bell pepper is really sweet. I like that.
Mhm.
A little bit of that because that gives it a really great taste. But my nonna would never do that. Nonna, it was just real garlic, onions. And then you saute that first in the bottom, and then you pour your sauce. And then they would always do their meat with it, their meatballs and all that. I don't do that anymore. So, and then they would add all their from their garden, their basil from their garden, their parsley from their garden. You know, everything was from their garden, all different Italian spices. And then that would cook for a frickin' day. And that's how they did that. So I did that for a very long time. And then as I got older, I incorporated some things, you know, like you do too. You change things. And we do. We evolve and we change recipes as we get older anyway. You know, things that appeal to us when we were younger certainly don't really appeal, or maybe not that way, right? And then we change the recipes,
Yeah.
you know. But then there will always be that comfort food that we had when we were younger. I'm not sure if you agree with this or not, where we won't change it and we have good memories whenever we take a bite. Do you have stuff like that? Maybe chicken soup, your mom's chicken soup? Anything?
No, my mom didn't make chicken
Your mom
soup.
didn't even make chicken soup, but
She took it from her mother.
did you have anything like that growing up? Any kind of comfort food that made you feel all warm and cozy? Really?
Ice cream?
Banana ice cream.
Well, back then they didn't have banana.
So any ice cream will do back then.
Oh. Yeah, back then, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the one with fruit in
You don't like that?
it. No.
Okay. Because a little too healthy. It had a little something healthy in it.
No, I just didn't like fruit in it. I'm very picky, remember?
How can you be picky and eat liver? Wait till I talk to Ava. Ava, call in. If you can call in, please call in. Picky eaters will not. If there's anyone out there who is a picky eater and you refuse to eat liver, please call me. Okay? Picky eaters don't eat liver. Nobody eats liver. So, but our sauce. But anyway, back to the sauce. So
Back
we
to
would
the
call
sauce.
it gravy. We would.
Right.
I
Go
have
ahead.
something to say about liver.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
When I was young, my
Okay.
dad forced me to eat liver and onions,
Oh, ugh,
and
right.
I didn't want to eat it.
Right.
I was just, I'll go to bed. I'm not going to eat it.
Right.
But I tried it. It
Ew.
was amazing. It tasted
No.
so good. But now that I know what it is, I'll never eat it again.
It's so gross.
So it's just like that. One of them things that it's like he made me try tripe, which you know
yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was, so I ate it.
Oh,
And it
gross.
was in the soup, and it was really good. And he said, "You know what that is?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll never eat that again." See, once you find out what it's from,
Oh.
your mind will tell you not to eat it. But if you're starving, you have no food, and that's all you have, you eat it.
Yeah, I don't know about that because I fast.
Well, I
every
mean, there's
year.
a lot more choices today. It's not a
No, but
fair
I'm a
comparison.
faster, so I'd rather go for 30
Yeah, but
days
what I'm
with
saying
water.
is a lot of people that don't have a choice.
I know
sometimes.
what you're saying.
They
I'm trying to
choose-
lighten it up. I
and
know
it's
what you're
still
saying.
in diner menus. Liver and onions is a diner menu thing. I mean, I can't eat it. Somebody that comes, that eats fish next to me, I smell that strong fish smell. I get really sick to my stomach because I don't eat fish. Well, I don't eat any seafood at all. So when I smell that, it's like smelling liver and onions. It's like kryptonite to me. I can't smell it.
Oh.
I can't be around it. I can't eat it. And it's just implanted in my mind. It's just not that it's a bad food because it's high in.
Oh, it's
lot
a
of
bad
vitamins.
food. No. Yuck.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to give the other side here.
Oh, here we go. The devil's advocate.
But no,
I
no,
love
but
it.
you're right. I agree with you. I don't like it. It doesn't mean I can't. Other people can't eat
But
it.
what's surprising me is a picky eater likes liver.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
understand
odd.
that. No. You know what it is, right? So you
I
still
do
eat
know
it.
what it is, yeah. I still eat it.
So listen, how about this? Cook it with peas.
No.
Okay. So, shepherd's pie.
Mhm.
Were you ever Friends? Did you ever watch the show Friends?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see most of the episodes?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay. So do you remember the one where Rachel was in charge of doing dessert for Thanksgiving? You remember that one?
think so,
Okay,
no.
so she's a terrible cook, and
Mhm.
she wanted to be involved, so they let her make something. So they told her to make,
Pie.
no, with layers. I forget what it was. Something with mousse. I forget what she was making. And the 2 pages were stuck together. So she made a trifle
Okay.
and shepherd's pie. So the trifle had cream and pudding, whatever it was she
Right.
was doing, and then meat and peas. Okay, so maybe if you had peas and ice cream.
Maybe. I don't think
No?
so. No.
Okay. So, so you cook for your family, obviously. So what do they love that you cook?
My family?
Yeah.
Um,
Do they ever say, like, come over and bring this dish? Like, what's their favorite?
I don't know if they have a favorite.
Really?
Yeah. My son likes chicken cordon bleu.
Okay. And so let me ask you about the cordon bleu. Do you chop that up or no? Like, do you pound that first? So when you do that? 'Cause
Yeah.
don't you have to roll that? Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
That, pound. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because you have to roll. it.
Yes. And you make it real thin, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Not too thin because you need to be able to roll it.
Yeah, but I'm okay because when I used to make it, I would make it so super thin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I used to do things on purpose though, because I'm an artist too. So I can't just listen to what they say or do it this way. I have changed every recipe I've ever done. I can't conform. So I would do things on purpose to make art out of my food,
Okay.
and I would make it so super thin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and hey, it was really really good. I mean, people loved it. But I used to do stuff like that on purpose, and then I would throw some odd flavorings in it or something weird and not tell them till the end.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to do that.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
So let's see, what else can we talk about? Oh, what about desserts?
What about dessert?
What kind of desserts do you make homemade that are exceptional?
Well, first of all my desserts are homemade.
No, okay, but listen, all homemade, your desserts are probably great. What one is outstanding? I'm asking you for a reason, and then I'll tell you why.
Okay. Let's see. Desserts that's outstanding.
Right. What's your favorite one that you make?
I don't know if I have a favorite, but brownies are really good. Everybody loves the brownies.
Right. Because I'm not a dessert. All right. So here, I'm going to have you cracking up with this
Okay.
one. I'm a cook. All right. I've been cooking since I was a kid in an Italian kitchen. So I don't even go by the word chef because I'm a cook. All right. I've been cooking my whole life. I only went to school to become a vegan chef. My daughter used to love making desserts. So when we did some catering together, she was in charge of the desserts, and I did most of the recipes for the food.
Okay.
All right? So how I learned how to cook was you throw some of this, you throw some of this, you
Right.
throw some of this, mix it in a bowl. That's how I cook.
Right.
And to this day, I don't measure anything I put in
Right.
my food. But when you bake, you have to measure everything.
Well, not all the time.
Ah, you have secrets? But recipes,
No secrets.
Okay.
I just say, well, here, this is,
all right, because the majority of
I mean, it
pastry
depends on what it
chefs-
is. It depends on what it is.
Okay,
You know,
well,
I
the
mean,
majority
if it's
of
something important,
Yes.
like baking powder that's going to make something rise, you want to make sure there's enough.
Right.
But some other things, if it's a little bit more sugar, a little bit less flour, or whatever the case,
Okay.
that doesn't have to be the science.
Okay.
But, if you certain things, it's more
Right.
important to measure.
Right.
But other things, not so important.
Okay, but
You
the
know,
majority of
Add another handful of
of-
chocolate chips in there. It's
no,
okay.
but the majority of those important ingredients you have to measure.
Yeah,
Okay, I hate it.
measuring.
Hate it. Hate it.
Mhm.
So my daughter would fight with me in the kitchen all the time. She'd be like, because she would be reading a recipe for food, and I'd be like, no, I am not measuring a teaspoon, Mom. And she would go like this with the nut. I'm like, so I'd be on purpose, grab it and just throw it
Right.
in, So I have some friends that are bakers, and I have some friends that do amazing cakes for kids for birthday parties, like
Right.
characters and unbelievable, beautiful.
Yeah.
And I crack up and laugh because they're telling me how they baked this and what they had to do and all this. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I can't ever do that, ever. So a friend of mine said to me about the pumpkin pie way back. They said to
You
me,
don't
"Listen,
measure
I don't measure. Okay.
anything on the pumpkin pie.
I don't measure anymore. I did in the beginning.
Okay.
Did in the beginning. All right. So a friend of mine said to me about the pumpkin pie way back. I'm going back 20 years. They said, well, pumpkin pie is probably one of the easiest things to make because even if you screw up any of what you're putting in there, it doesn't matter. Because if you think about the ingredients, I'm not putting in baking powder or baking soda. I'm not
right.
putting in any of that. Okay? So I started thinking about that and I said, all right, so when I first started doing this, I was doing sometimes 20 pumpkins at a time. All right? So now I had those giant bowls from my mom that are like this,
Right.
and I had all the steamed pumpkin in them. Then I said, oh, let me make it easier on me. I would bake it. So then I would cut them and bake it. And so anyway, long story short, I measured everything that first year. Okay? It was the worst session of my life in the kitchen. I'm measuring honey. It's going everywhere. It's pouring all. I'm like, I got the, the glass
Yeah.
cup things, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll use this. I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. So now this is what I do. I estimated in my mind with their 5-pound jars that I get from Bob's
Yeah.
Bees, and I estimated in my mind how much I would need, and that's how I do it
Right.
now. I just pour.
Yeah.
These pies are delicious, and
Yeah.
I don't measure anything anymore.
Good
Okay,
job.
so and it's
Yeah.
the only dessert that I will make.
Oh,
But
that's
that's it. I don't make any other
Nothing
desserts.
else. Oh,
No,
Okay.
nope. I just hate it. When you're in the kitchen and you love what you're doing, that makes all the difference in the world. Because I know it's going to sound crazy to you guys, but when love goes into food, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can. When I serve people my food, people know that it came from my heart and it came with love. I didn't just slap something together for them, for a buck or any of that, So, but if I was going to make desserts, you guys would know that I just kind of threw them together. So I don't even bother because it wasn't even making me happy. But when I make my pumpkin pies, there's love in that.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like you have to be into it.
Yeah.
Is there anything, let me just check something real quick. Sometimes people want me to say hello. Hold on, let me respond to 2 people on here. Hold on,
Okay.
guys. Okay. Vincent E. Scott, Food Mill. Okay. Can you call in? Do you know what he means by that? The food mill? No, do you know what he means by that? What do you mean by that, baby? I don't know what to say to you with that, the food mill. Okay. Do you know what a food mill is?
I know what a food mill is.
Okay, so tell us.
A food mill. It's a well, it's something that it's kind of like a ricer, but it's bigger. So it's like a screen, and then it's got a blade. So you put whatever it is. You can put like potatoes. You can put tomatoes in there, and you go around, and it'll squeeze out all the juice of the tomatoes, and it'll leave some of the seeds.
Oh, okay.
And the skin at the top.
Yes.
So
Okay.
all
right.
you could do
I
that.
guess he's using that, or he's telling. Okay. I
Yeah,
have.
they used to use that like to puree things, like it's one of the first type of food processor.
Okay.
So if you get something soft to get even potatoes, you can put potatoes through that, and they'll be like mash because it goes through the little holes.
Okay. So is that what you wanted us to know about your food mill? I'm not sure. All right. So so we have a few more minutes. You guys have any questions for the chef? No? You did, right? Let's see, what else?
Out of some of the meals that you like to make for your family, do you know what you prefer? Like, for instance, if they have a favorite meal, but you like to make it different, like add your spice to it.
You mean recreate it?
Yes, in his own way.
Well, most of the meals are mine anyway, so that they eat. I mean, if I'm making it, it was originally made by me. If you know what I mean.
Do any of them try to make your meals?
I don't think so. My daughter bakes though. She does. She plays around with bacon a lot.
Are you a good
Not
baker?
baking, not bacon, but baking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you a good
okay.
baker?
Me? Yeah,
Yes.
I can bake.
Yep, he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I want to ask you? When you do meals, like Meals on Wheels, all right, what do you find that your audience, okay, is it people that are sick and can't really do it, elderly people, or people who just don't want to cook or are away a lot?
Well, it is sometimes it's elderly people, and some people on special diets. That's becoming bigger. People
Yes.
are going to dietitians
right.
and so forth because whether they have whether they're overweight or they have other dietary issues, okay, and they're going to try and find out what they're supposed to eat to fix this, and then they come up with like menus or a list of things that they're supposed to eat. And then the other people are just people that are just too busy. They're too busy to cook. They work long hours, or maybe they live in Manhattan. I mean, they live here. They work in the city, so they're traveling a lot, and they really don't have time to come home and cook a meal for themselves. They're tired, or whatever. So,
Are the meals that you make for everybody, are they more healthier meals, do they request, or they just request favorite meals? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, are they using you because they want to eat healthier, or that's not necessarily the case?
well, it's not necessarily the case,
okay.
but all of my food is healthy anyway because I'm using all fresh food. So none of it's processed, none of it,
Well, yeah.
it's all fresh food anyway. I mean, I had one client once who, used to eat a lot of my food and wound up losing weight
Okay.
without being it done on purpose. Like I wasn't cooking for him to lose weight, but just because everything is fresh and everything is natural, there's no added sugar, there's no, extra, salt or anything. It's just enough. So.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
all right, so let's tell everybody out there. You would cook for weight management,
Yes.
okay? You would cook. I mean, even if they had a special diet and they gave you their diet.
Yes.
So you would meet all their needs.
Yeah, I meet all dietary
Okay.
restrictions and so forth. You
So-
know, I've cooked for people and not use any salt. In fact, I have a client now. She wants to be low salt, so I don't add salt to her food.
Okay.
You know, it's you know,
Okay. So tell everybody out there how they can get in touch with you, because you said you would go all over New Jersey. Yes?
yes.
Pretty much?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Tell everybody out there how they can get in touch with you if they need any of your services.
Okay.
Because you also cater. I mean, tell them everything that you do. Right?
Okay. Well,
All right.
contact information. My phone number is 609-402-6281. My email is david@davidsculinarydelights.com. And the website is www.davidsculinarydelights.com. And I'm sorry, what's the name?
Let them know, like, what exactly, like, that you'll do anything that they need, any of their dietary needs
yeah.
or catering
Yeah,
or.
so, you know, if you want weekly meals, so I'll come in and I'll prepare a whole week's worth of meals, package them, put them in your refrigerator. And
Cool.
any dietary restrictions or allergy restrictions, you know, nowadays a lot of people are allergic to, you know, different nuts or, you know, soy or, you know, gluten, all that kind of stuff. And none of that's really much of a problem. In fact, my girlfriend is gluten-free, so, you know, I
Okay.
cook for her,
That's cool.
and,
Okay.
you know, it's not a problem.
Okay.
And then, you know, anything from romantic dinners for two.
Uh-huh.
I also work with massage therapists, so if you would like to have a massage before you eat, I have massage therapists come to the home, get a massage. Afterwards, I'll serve you a 3-course meal made.
You have to talk about this.
That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
And then, so that's, you know, that's dinners for two, and then it goes on up. I've done dinners for 4, 6, 8, 20, 30, 40 people, however many people you can fit, either in your house or in your backyard. I can help take care of it. I can bring wait staff to help me. I can bring a bartender if I need bartenders. And so it's for any occasion. So there's birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, wedding receptions, baby showers,
Okay.
bridal showers, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties.
Doesn't matter.
I've done funerals,
Okay.
you know, so it's
Right.
anytime there's a gathering of people and you need to feed them.
So let's talk about the massage dinners, right?
Okay.
Dan, did you want to say something? Okay.
Sorry, my dad actually wants to say something, so here
Okay,
he
go.
is.
I was curious about,
Yes.
people are thinking about too, what are some of these prices for some of this stuff? Because what you're offering is amazing services, and everybody's interested about what the prices are. Are they on the website, or you have to, depends on the amount of people and everything?
Yeah, it depends on the menu and the amount of people. Obviously, if it's, you know, 20 people, then I need servers, so that, you know, jacks up the price than if it was 10 people. So it all depends. I mean, average dinners are ranging around $75 a person, and they're all 3 courses or more.
Okay.
So a person that's a senior, you wouldn't
No.
consider doing, yeah, because it's just they only eat like one time a day, and
Well, if I do weekly meals for them, that's, you know, that's a different story. They're not going to call me in just to cook for them for one person one night.
What
Well,
is
that's what we're asking,
what's the
like on
average
an
cost?
average
Say
basis.
say a weekly
Yeah,
thing you
yeah,
did.
yeah.
What's an average cost for seniors? Say you're going to do weekly meals for them.
because if we can get you a lot of seniors to go to a lot of seniors' houses and cook,
Right.
Like what's the average about?
Well, the average for weekly meals is usually about 10 meals, and it's usually around $300.
Okay.
that's not bad at all.
Okay.
Especially it's fresh homemade food.
Yeah.
You're bringing it all in.
He's doing everything.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
that's an
The
amazing
shopping, the
price.
cooking, the cleaning, all of it.
That's an amazing price.
It is. Let's talk about the massages. Well, no, you could ask. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Just because my grandma doesn't have really good teeth, can you do something to supply for chewing?
That's so funny, but
Well,
that's a
I
good
can't
question.
I can't bring any teeth with me, but
I meant more as like nothing, just as
I mean,
too
I-
hard on her teeth.
well, sure, I can make sure the vegetables and everything is cooked soft enough so that she doesn't have to worry about chewing.
Like
And,
everything soft.
I mean, we can puree things for her. You know, mash everything
What
up.
is your ability to do these things? Like you said, you're available every day or every week. You would need like how long to prepare for this? Like about a week or a month, depending on what it is.
Well, it depends on what it is. I mean, I tell people to let me know as soon as possible, as soon as they find a date. Like if it's a party of some sort or an event, as soon as you know what the date is, you should contact me and get on my schedule so that I'll block you in on that day so I don't do any other party or event that day. As far as like weekly meals, as soon as we get a menu together and get all the details figured out, then we schedule a day to come, and then we can do that on a weekly basis. I got people that do it on a bi-weekly basis.
Now, how big is your organization besides you? You say you have servers, you have bartenders, because there's going to be a lot of people asking me these questions.
Well, I get bartenders and servers as I need them.
As you need them, okay.
Yeah.
So they're readily available as you get them.
I'm sorry?
They're readily available anytime you need them, or
Yes.
you have to check
Yeah,
their
because there's
schedules
more
and
of.
everything.
There's quite a bit of. I mean,
Okay.
there's not just one server. So I have a variety of servers that I can
So
call.
you're your own little catering company.
Yes, I am.
That's wonderful. And a massage as well.
I still
And-
want to talk about that.
Talk about massage. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I need to talk about that. So okay, so
Well, see, so
go ahead.
usually I massage with the left hand, and I
Okay.
cook with the right hand. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
right-handed.
Okay.
Right?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Listen, I want to know. Okay. I call you up. I say, okay, I want dinner for two and massages. What
Okay.
happens? Who do you bring? What happens?
Well, we pick the date, of course.
Oh, of course.
Right. So we get the date, and then I have to, make sure I have a masseuse. Or two
I
masseuses
understand
ready.
that part. How
Yeah.
many?
Two. Well, two.
You have two
It's
masseuses,
usually two. It's usually a couple.
and they
So it's a
they
couple's
drive to the
massage.
home. They drive to the
they're,
person's
they're,
home.
they're just like me. They'll come to the house, and they bring their tables with them. They bring their music and whatever else they need to do their massages, their oils and all that kind of stuff. And they'll set up wherever you want them to set up. Sometimes it's in the bedroom. Sometimes it's outside on the deck. In the living room. Depends on how big the house is and so forth. And you do the massage while I'm cooking. So I'm preparing the food, you're getting a massage. By the time they're done, the massage and they pack up.
We have a call. Hold on, we're not done with this. Hello, call.
Hey.
Hello, Ava.
Yeah, it is Ava. How are you?
How are you, Miss Ava Holly?
Are you guys having fun without me?
Listen,
Yes, we are.
I have to laugh about your dessert. First of all, it's amazing. I want to thank you for this dessert. Okay?
Oh, you're welcome. I
Okay,
hope you like it.
See? When you were saying it's Chinese noodles and chocolate, we were cracking up laughing, thinking that it was like soup noodles, lo mein, or
Oh my God,
okay?
you're so funny.
So we were cracking up laughing, and we're saying, we just don't get it. We just don't get it, right? So I says, all right, but we do have to taste it. We have to taste it for her because we love her. It's amazing. It's delicious.
Oh, good. It's very simple, and I figured it was something you might be able to eat.
So
So I thought it was,
share your
good.
recipe with everyone. We want to know how you made it.
Oh, it's too easy. I mean,
Okay.
if someone needs a quick dessert,
Yep.
you know the melts that you can get, the little melts that you make the chocolate lollipops with and stuff?
Okay.
You just heat them up in the microwave. Of course, use a microwave-safe container.
Okay.
Heat them up, and remember, chocolate burns, so you have to do 30 seconds at a time. So, and chocolate doesn't look like it melts, so you have to stir it. You guys know as chefs, but I'm telling your audience.
Yep.
And then you just dump in whatever kind of those hard Chinese noodles that you like. You could add nuts, you could add raisins. You mix it up, and then you just spoon it out onto like a cookie sheet or something and put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. And then it'll harden right back up, and then you've got your little bird's nest.
Delicious. We were cracking
Well,
up.
enjoy. I hope you guys are having fun. I just wanted to give a quick call in and tell you guys I was thinking about you.
So wait, before you hang up, do you know that he brings massage therapists to the home? Also, while he's cooking, people could get massages.
Yeah, he hooked that up with one of our members from our networking group that I'm on my way to right now.
Well, hubba. All right, girlfriend.
All right.
Thank
you.
you.
Guys have fun.
Thank
Love
you,
you guys.
Amy.
Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
So we have a few minutes left.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let me mention, we have a few minutes left because I didn't mention one of my services, cooking lessons. I
Oh.
do cooking lessons as well.
You do what?
Yeah.
What?
okay. So,
Cooking lessons.
wait, hold off on the cooking lesson. You have time. You can talk about all
okay,
that.
we have time. You said we're running out of time.
No,
okay.
I didn't say running out. I
Okay,
said
well, you
we
said
have
we
a
have
few
a few
minutes
minutes.
left.
Okay.
You have time.
You still want to talk about the massage
I have
therapist?
to. All right.
Okay.
So listen, this is so cool. So they come there. They set everything up.
Yeah.
You're cooking while they're doing the massages.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So they smell the food while I'm cooking.
They
while they're getting a massage.
they smell
They're
the
getting
food.
hungry.
I mean, think about how amazing this is. This is pretty cool, I gotta say. And I had a beauty salon most of my life. I've been getting massage. I have my own massage table, and I never thought about that. That's a pretty cool idea. All right. So now, forget the food part because they would have to decide what they want to eat and all that. I understand that with the cost. That has to be a standard price with the massages. So what are we looking at with price if you bring in for a massage?
So the massage.
Like
massage?
yeah.
Well, the massages are usually $100 or $125
For the hour.
for the hour
That's
each.
Yeah, it's
right?
great.
And the dinner is usually about $275.
I'm going to say something a little cheap because that's what I would pay going to a place. You know? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
So for you, $350.
I'm just saying, you know? I mean, people, if they're going to pay $125, they'll pay $150, sweetie, and they're in their home. Think about that. All right, $150. I'm trying to help you with that. That's really cool. All right. So now cooking lessons.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Tell us.
Well, I provide cooking lessons. It could be individual, groups. A lot of times if I'm doing a party, people ask, well, can we watch? Can we ask questions? Can we, participate? Sometimes I have people participate. Sometimes the bachelorette parties, the girls want to, help out a little bit, and that usually only lasts about an hour or so. Well, they start drinking. I take the knives away from them after they drink a little bit,
Okay.
But
So they hire you for about an hour?
no. I'm still doing their dinner, but I take their knives away from them so
Got
they
it.
stop. They don't hurt themselves. But and then we finish up the dinner. I'll finish up the dinner. I serve them dinner.
What do you
they have a good
charge
time.
for something like that? That's pretty
that,
cool.
That all depends.
It
on-
does? On what?
Yeah.
Say it's a party of 12.
Well, it's a party, so it depends.
Oh.
On what they're having. Are they having lobster? Are they having
No,
steak?
no,
Are
I
they-
don't. Okay. I guess I'm
Usually
talking
that's
about.
an interactive party.
Okay. I'm talking about just someone that says, come to my home, 2 people for cooking lessons. How about something like that? Do you have so you can give them an idea?
Okay, so 2 people. Well, for small cooking lessons like that, it's a 3-hour minimum.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll probably be around $225.
Okay. So we have an idea. I just want to give people a ballpark because these are really cool things. I do similar things like that, but not the massages. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. I might even talk to you about that, honey. Get some massages and then dessert. Dessert. It would have to be something really good.
Yeah.
Like it'll be a splurge night,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have flyers? Do you put flyers up anywhere? How do you get a lot of your clients?
I do a lot of networking, and my website.
Okay.
My website is out there. and
Okay.
I get my clients through
Okay.
my website.
That's cool. All right. So you have about 3 more minutes.
Okay.
If there's anything else you would like
I
to.
actually have something that it's fairly new. It's murder mystery dinners.
That's cool too.
Yeah, so I'm doing those as well.
Okay.
So it's a murder. It's the whole murder mystery thing, and then during it, or depending on how we arrange everything, you'll eat dinner. 'Cause sometimes there'll be appetizers laying around like a cocktail party, depending on what the murder is, and so forth, and then you serve dinner during the murder mystery.
And you've done that already?
I've done, yeah.
And is it fun?
It is fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you participate in the mystery?
I do not know.
You know?
No.
So where do you get your information from it? Like for murder mystery?
Where do I get my information?
Like, do you make it up? Are you the one that makes everything up and they have to solve it?
No. There's some kits.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you, because, you know, I'm Italian. I could have some fun with that.
Yeah.
You know, I can make things up.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you can write the next one.
Okay.
Then, and then,
You know,
we'll
the
team
field.
up.
Listen, where I grew up in Robbinsville, we were all on the same street. Okay, we had like 7 houses, all family, right? My dad, his brother, cousins, right? We were all there, and I had a poker league for like 10 years, and I had a lot of young guys that played in this league, and they would come from Trent, and we would have big poker games in the basement, and across the street was nothing but empty field, cornfields. And they would crack up, and now they would say to me, "We're nervous being here. You know, we hear things, you know, like there could be dead bodies in the field. You guys are all Italians." I was cracking up. I said, "Listen, the extent of what we'll do is feed you. Don't worry about it." So, all right. So, anything else you want to share with them?
Well, I think we covered most of
Covered it
everything.
all?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
He
We have
turned my
time.
mic off.
We have time.
I had a question for the cooking lessons, because you said that it was like different prices. Now, what if it was just like one-on-one cooking, but it was like a vegetarian dish? Would that be still 300, or would that be like a different price?
Well, no. The price is the same. It doesn't make any difference what it is we're cooking. But the cooking's not 300. I think you got something.
Or 200?
Well, it depends. Is it just for one?
Yeah, it would just be like one-on-one cooking, like learning.
Yeah. So.
Because I don't know how to cook.
Okay.
So it'd
Well,
be interesting.
Yeah, it would probably be about $150 for 3 hours.
That's amazing. And then it would just be like vegetarian dishes.
Whatever you want to learn how to cook.
That's awesome. That really is.
You decide what you want to learn how to cook, and of course you have to purchase the ingredients.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I can tell you what to purchase. You know,
Depending on what it is.
If you say you want to make this and you don't know what's in it, that's fine. I'll just give you a list and you have
Okay.
it waiting for me when I get there.
So that I want to talk to you about that for a minute. So, what makes you do the shopping sometimes and not all the time? Like, why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, didn't you say you also go shopping for them? You shop, you cook at their house, and you.
Yeah.
But for lessons, you wouldn't. You would give
No,
us the list.
I could. Well, that's just the way it's been working
Okay,
out.
okay. But what if they said?
If they want me to shop, I'll do the shopping.
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay. So if they said to you, "We want these cooking lessons, and we'll tell you what we want to learn, and then
Yeah.
you do the shopping," you could do that.
Yes. I can
Okay,
do
that's
that.
cool. All right, because a lot of these people who don't know how to cook wouldn't know how to shop either.
That's true.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I'm bringing that up,
Yeah.
because you know, I've had people, you know, I would do some of what you're talking about, okay, and friends, and I would have them, and they would call me 5 times while they're in the grocery store. What aisle? I'm like, no, please stop, okay? I have 2 things in my hands. One says this, and one, I said, you know what? Let me just do it. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm asking you, because that would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's cool. Wow. So, Chef David. Chef David is a culinary chef. He does everything. You cook it all, right?
Yes.
Okay. He will do private cooking lessons. He will do meals for you for the week if needed. He will do parties. He will do, murder mysteries. I love that. Go ahead.
Where do you do that?
What?
Homes too?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And for events, or you do more than like a certain amount of people, right?
Yeah. You have to have at least 8 to 10 people.
Okay, that's what
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
fun.
Because yeah.
So murder mysteries. He would do groups of 8 to 10 people for that in your home, guys. And this is
In
Or
venues.
Yeah,
more.
it could be more.
or more.
At another venue, say they had like about 30 people, and if you could sell tickets, and
Yeah.
if that was involved, would you be doing something like that?
Yeah, I can do. I would do that.
Yeah. Like an Elks Lodge
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Right? That would be cool.
Like Diamonds and Cedar Gardens, yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So all your needs, guys, all your cooking needs, all your catering needs, whatever it is. But what I really like about what Chef David does is the specialties, because lots of people do catering, okay, and everybody's probably just as good, you know, but what he does is a little different. So imagine someone coming to your home and bringing masseuses there and saying, you're going to get a massage while I'm cooking dinner for you. I mean, that's amazing right there. And imagine being able to have a party in your home, a murder mystery, and he comes there and supplies everything. So you just show up, right? You supply it all,
Yes.
and you guys just show up. So that's really cool, too, to me. And then the private cooking lessons. I love that because I'm a vegan chef, and I do that with vegan food. So I think that's really cool, too, because a lot of people want to learn how to cook certain things, and they're afraid. Okay, to us it comes so easy, but a lot of people are afraid of it. You know, I've been asked such silly questions, and not because they're stupid people, it's because they're just afraid. Like, they weren't taught to cook. They never cooked in the kitchen as kids. They weren't allowed to be in the kitchen as kids, right?
Right.
So, what temperature? Oh my gosh, like, you know, well, wear mitts. Don't worry, the oven's going to get hot. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what you do, you make it easy for everybody. You know, so guys out there, listen, if you have elderly parents, you know, because I went through that, and I would make my dad's meals. So if you have elderly parents and they're not able to cook anymore, Chef David will come and he will make the meals at their homes, and he will store them and put them in the fridge, whatever needs to be in the freezer if needed, right? You'll take care of it all. You'll even do the shopping,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So right there, guys, that's a huge hurdle off of your backs if you're taking care of your elderly parents. Right there. That's an amazing thing right there. So whatever it is, any of your needs at all, you can get in touch with Chef David. If for some reason you don't have his information, you know, get in touch with me. I can hook you up with him. It's not an issue. One last time, I'm going to let you give your website information and all that.
Okay. Website is www.davidsculinarydelights.com. The phone number is 609-402-6281. Email is david@davidsculinarydelights.com.
Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with
You're
me.
welcome. Thank you.
And I want to thank you for bringing your amazing dish and picking up Ava's really great dessert.
Yeah.
Okay, bird's nest.
Bird's
That's what it's
nest.
called, right? Her
Yes.
bird's nest, noodles and chocolate. You know, what you're doing is more than just feeding people. Okay, what you're doing, because, you know, my dad had Alzheimer's. We were going through hell for like 7 years, and thank God, I mean, I prepared his meals for him when he was still able to do that. But then, of course, it came to a point where he couldn't do that. But, you know, it relieves stress from so many families, what you're doing. It's not just about a spoiled person wanting somebody to feed them. See, people sometimes think that in their minds, like, oh, it's great to have a personal chef. But that's not really the case, guys. What he does is amazing stuff. And what he does really does help people, you know. And that's what I really like about all the stuff that you do. Especially, I won't stop talking about this. I will give him another shout out on one of my shows again about the food with the massages, guys, okay? So if you're really stressed and you're really tired and you guys want to have a really great meal, call him up. He'll bring the masseuse, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll get massages while he's cooking for you. All right? And on that, I want to thank everybody out there who watched our show, who listened to it. Like I said, get in touch with Chef David. Get in touch with me. I can hook you up with him. And I want to thank Ava Holly, because Ava Holly introduced me to you and said I had to have you on the show. And thank you so much, Ava. I love you very much. Okay? And it's a wrap, Gino.